Welcome to the Algebra 1 Structure and Method textbook series. This is Chapter 6, Section 5, Adding and Subtracting Fractions. So today we are going to add and subtract algebraic fractions. And you should already know how to find the least common denominator, and you should also know how to add and subtract like and unlike fractions with integers. Let's start our warm-up. Okay, so let's begin with a warm-up where we're just finding the least common denominator of these four expressions, four pairs of expressions, excuse me. Pause the video and restart when you are ready. I'll start in 3, 2, 1, go. Okie doke, how did you do? Now, it's really important to remember to factor your denominators before you find the least common denominator, okay? When we add or subtract fractions with like denominators, we can simply add or subtract their numerators and write the result over the common denominator. This is formally stated as the addition rule for fractions and the subtraction rule for fractions, but you probably already know it intuitively. To extend this rule to expressions involving fractions, we want to write each fraction as a single fraction in simplest form. Our first example has two different parts and both have the same denominator, so we're going to have an easy time with this. My first problem, I'm just going to combine my numerators, 3c plus 5c, to get 8c over 16. I'm going to divide by 8 in the numerator and the denominator, and I get c over 2. For part B, I have a denominator of 10 for both, so I just need to combine my numerators. Now, be careful with the negative sign. So when you're subtracting fractions, that negative sign needs to be distributed over the entire fraction. So it's going to be negative 3x plus 8, okay? It's a common error. Simplify my numerator, I get 2x plus 12 over 10. 2x plus 12 can be factored into 2 times x plus 2. Then I cancel, I get 5 in my denominator, and I get x plus 6 over 5. We're done. Example 2, simplify 3 over x plus 4 plus 1 over x plus 4. Well, our first one is pretty easy because we have the same denominator, so we'll just combine our numerators. 3 plus 1 becomes 4 over x plus 4, and we're done. Our second one, I don't know if you can tell, but our denominators are not quite the same. Hopefully you remember from the factoring series that we need to adjust for opposites. So we're going to rewrite 3 minus x as negative x minus 3, and then we're going to move that negative sign right up to the 7, and then we can combine like terms to get negative 5 over x minus 3. Example 3. Now, if you're ready, go ahead and pause and restart this when you're ready to see the answer. I will start now. Okay, these have different denominators, so we need to find the least common denominator between 4 and 18, which is, hopefully you got it, 36, okay? So now we have the same denominator. We can combine our numerators. We're going to simplify the numerator, distribute that negative 2, and we end up with negative 10 minus 15a over 36. Now, key thing to remember is that we can factor this numerator, take the negative 5 out, but nothing cancels, so either one of these answers would be satisfactory. Okay, so we need to find the perimeter of this rectangle. If you want to start, remember pause, restart when you're ready. I'll start now. So the perimeter of a rectangle is 2 times your length plus 2 times your width. So I'll substitute my length and my width in, and then I'll multiply everything by 2. Then I'm going to find my like denominator. Perfect. So 3 times a minus 1 over 6 instead of a minus 1 over 2. And then all I need to do is add my numerators, and I am done. 4a minus 3 over 6, et voila. Example 5. Now this has a monomial denominator. That's not so bad. We can still make it work. Find a common denominator, which is 8x squared. Only my first fraction changes, and it becomes 12x over 8x squared. Then I just combine my numerators, and I'm done. Okay, for our final example, we're going to need to do a little bit of extra work. Do you know what that work is? Very good. We need to factor first. Can't find an LCD before factoring. So I'm going to take a out of the first denominator to get a times a minus 2, and I'll use my difference of two squares method for my second denominator. Then I'm going to go ahead and look for my LCD. That's going to be a times a plus 2 times a minus 2. Okay, so I've adjusted both of my fractions, so I have my new LCD, and now all I need to do is combine. Now the math here is a little bit arduous, but it would be a lot harder to do if we didn't have a least common denominator. Keep going. Okay, now I've gotten to the step where my numerator is simplified, but I can factor out a 3. So I get -2 plus a in the numerator, and I have a minus 2 in the denominator. I'm going to cancel that, and I get my final answer of 3 over a times a plus 2. Good job today. It's not an easy skill, so keep practicing. Don't give up. So turn to your partner and tell them what's the rule for adding or subtracting fractions using the least common denominator. And I will see you in the next video.